Hello viewers, welcome to another brand new episode of our English classroom. Here I am your instructor Pramod and I'd like to all of you to welcome to my channel. In this channel, you will get several videos on grammatical topics along with some presentation skill developing videos and also some spoken English materials. So if you are new to the channel, please subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get all the latest updates. Well, I have started a series on voice change, one of the most important topic of English grammar, especially the students of high schools and the students who are sitting for any like competitive exam. They must have to learn this topic properly. Okay, so I have already uploaded several videos on this topic, and in this video I'm going to discuss about the imperative sentences that we use in our conversations and in our writing, and how we can use these imperative sentences in passive formation. Okay, so let's get started. Well, imperative sentences, I have divided the topic in two different videos. So this is the first video, and in this video we're going to discuss about the regular imperative sentences that usually starts with a verb. Okay, so let's get started. So imperative sentences that start with verb and indicate any command, order, advice, this type of things. If you want to express, you need to use an imperative sentence, and the basic structure of imperative sentence is verb and then you need to use the object. Well, it's not necessary that all the imperative sentences have an object. If the verb is transitive, only then you will get the object. Otherwise, there will be no object. And remember one thing always in your mind, that we can transform into passive voice if the verb is a transitive verb with an object. Otherwise, it's not possible to transform into passive sentence. Okay, so if your imperative sentence contains an object, only then you can change this imperative sentence into a passive pattern. Okay, so this is the thing. So one more thing to mention, that the speciality or the difference of the imperative sentence from the other category is that we do not write any type of subject in any imperative sentence. Okay, so in other type of sentences, especially in the assertive and interrogative sentence, there must be a subject, and without that subject, that sentence cannot express its meaning. So similarly, in imperative sentence, it happens that there is no subject, but yet it's a sentence. Okay, so what is the secret? The secret is here the subject is not written or mentioned, but there is a subject in imperative sentence, and that subject is the second person you. Okay, so often if I ask or if I order somebody bring me the book or open the door or sit down, we just use this command to the person who is listening my sentences. So the person who is the listener is definitely the second person, and from that point of view, so we use imperative sentences with the second person, and that's the reason the subject is you, but this subject is not written or mentioned. Okay, so now let us focus on the passive pattern of imperative sentence, and this is very different than other rules of passive sentences. Why? The point is, you can see that at the very beginning we have used a word that is let, and it's also a verb. Let is a verb. Okay, we use this verb for our various purposes, like we use let to make any suggestions or proposal. Okay, so we use let to give any permission to someone or to take permission from someone. So this is a verb. But in passive sentences of the imperative type of sentence, we use let at the very beginning of the passive sentence, followed by the object that was given after the verb in the active sentence. Just keep this in your mind. This object will just come after the verb let. And then we need a to be verb. Remember that in my previous videos I told you that in passive form we need a to be verb. No matter what is the tense is, no matter what is the type of the sentence is, we always and always forever we need a to be verb. But it will depend on tense, person, number of the noun, and in many topics. But remember, whenever you are dealing with the imperative sentence, this to be verb will take the base form of it, the actual form of it. So be is the original form of to be verb, and from this be form we get the forms like am, like is, like was, were, and many other forms. So the basic form is be. Okay, so this is the basic form. Why I have used the basic form or the base form of the to be verb be? Because this verb let, after using let or after let, you cannot use any other form of the verb like ing form, yes form, past participle form. No, never. So that is the reason we need to use the basic form of the to be verb be, and followed by the V3 verb. And finally, this is written over here, that is the subject, which will sit at the object position. But no need to write this thing by you, not necessary to write. Just keep in your mind that as the subject of the imperative sentence is you, and that is why we have mentioned to tell you that here we have this, but do not need to write. That's it. So now take the examples. So the first one, I have given two examples of affirmative sentence and two examples of negative sentence. So number one, open the door. Let the door be opened, because open is the verb and the door is the object. So after the verb let, we use the object, then be, and then the verb in its V3 or past participle form. Let the door be opened. Write the letter. Again, let the letter be written. Let the letter be written. Then negative structure. Here the negative sentence starts with do not, never with does not, never with did not. So only do not, because imperatives are usually present indefinite tense. So you cannot use any did not. But not you cannot use does not also, because in imperative sentences we do not use any third person as our subject, because there is only one person, that is second person. So do not, you do not. Okay. Then verb plus object, passive form is let not. Remember one thing. When we're talking with the affirmative form, we used let, but when we are dealing with negative form, we're using let not. Then object, be, V3, and everything is just like the affirmative pattern. Now take an example. Do not violate the rule. Let not the rule be violated. So I have used only an extra not after the verb let, and everything is same as the affirmative structure. Number 4, it's a new thing to you that sometimes we use never. Okay, so this also is a way to express negative thoughts and feelings, or negative commands or advices. So what will happen then? So whenever the sentence starts with the never, in that case we cannot use do not, rather we will just use let not, and followed by the object a lie, then be, then the verb will take its V3 form, but just before it, you just need an extra word, that is ever, because never is the opposite of ever, never ever. But you cannot use never over here. Why not? Because you have already used one negative word, not. So within a sentence, within a single sentence, you cannot apply two negative adverbs. Only one negative adverb you can use to express any negative thoughts and ideas. So that is the reason, as you have already used not over here, you do not need any never any longer. So in replacing never, you are using ever. So this is the way. So I hope this video will help you a lot. Keep watching my channel and subscribe my channel if you are new, and see you in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye and have a